the recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Welcome to Championship Wrestling. At ringside, this is Vince McMahon with wrestling's only living legend, Bruno Sammartino. This week, a further update, as we alluded to last week, on the apparent relationship, if in fact there is one, with George the Animal Steele, who apparently is infatuated, perhaps even in love, with Elizabeth.
Amazing. Elizabeth's a beautiful lady. George Steele, we couldn't quite say about that. What's his relationship between the Beauty and the Beast?
Could very well be coined appropriately. Also, from Saturday night's main event, the special peace matchup we told you about last week, Corporal Kirchner squaring off against Nikolai Volkoff. Right now, let's go up to ringside.
This is a six-man tag team match. It is scheduled for one fall. To my right, here is the team comprised of, from the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing 241 pounds, Barry O. From Florida at 280 pounds, Joe Murto. And from parts unknown, weight unknown, Mr. X. And their opponents, from the Isle of Tonga, weighing 273 pounds, King Tonga. From Hawaii, weighing 237 pounds, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And from Charlotte, North Carolina, at 280 pounds, the Junkyard Dog. All right, it's hard to stop. All right, grab them cakes. It's the Junkyard Dog. Ready himself. Along with a combination of the Dragon, Ricky, Steamboat, and King Tonga, opening up things here on Championship Wrestling, a special six-man tag team matchup.
This ought to be an interesting six-man tag. On one side, you have Barry Ho, who can move, who has got good speed. He's quite aggressive. You have Mr. Rack, who also can move quite quick. Then you have the big man, Joe Murto. But
quick question now. I'm sorry,
I was going to say, the question is, what can they do against also a very big man, very powerful man, King Tonga, Junkyard Dog, another very big man, and then, of course, the very dynamic Rick Steamboat with his unbelievable speed and his karate, judo tactics, and all the arts there. It seems like an unbeatable threesome.
Mr. X now, as they send the Dragon in a triple team as the tag is made, as Big Joe Murto through the ropes now. Smart teamwork if they can do this, if they can keep the Dragon away from his tag team partners, they'll wear him down. 3-on-1. I don't care who you are, you're going to bow to defeat.
For sure. If they keep him in that corner, if a guy like Murder right now, if he uses his weight to really, oh, look at this, Mr. X there, he's got a chokehold. He's got the rope around Steamboat's neck. Look at that.
Now, Barry O continues to distract the referee. The Dog comes in. Meanwhile, look at the clever usage of the triple team. Come on now, ref.
Now you should make a break immediately or disqualify them. You just cannot allow this to go on. Good, that's what they should do. Here comes Tonga, King Tonga, and Junkyard Dog. And that's what you got to do. If the referee can't bring that order in there, you got to come in and break it up yourself.
Oh, there you saw Mr. X in control as he whipped the Dragon into his partner, Junkyard Dog, and Steamboat has taken a lot of punishment. Look at that chop, though. And again, you see quite a lot of teamwork, albeit illegal, some of it, but on this corner of Mr. X and his tag team partners. Murdo, big man in there, hammering away.
See, now look at Joe Murdo. For a big man, he's showing some knees against Steamboat, but he doesn't know how to put his weight behind it, and therefore it's not going to be as effective as it could be. Now, that was devastating. Mr. X really put that knee right in the midsection of Steamboat, and he really put a lot of steam behind it. I think he hurt Steamboat that time.
Steamboat double team. Now, with this referee, you can see Mr. X's team is really taking advantage of the fact that this referee obviously is not going to make any one individual or any team adhere very closely to the rules and regulations. Somehow Steamboat is chopping his way out of this corner. However, it's going to stop right about there, I think. Murdo whipped to the ropes over Steamboat. Whoa, wow, look what he caught. He caught a back kick in the breadbasket, and a headbutt, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3. The Dragon, Ricky Steamboat, not finished yet, off the top rope. So the threesome of the Dog, the Dragon, and Tonga victorious, and it did not look good there for a while for Ricky Steamboat.
Here are your winners, the team of the Junkyard Dog, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and King Tonga.
Here we go again. Started that dance back in the neighborhood. That's what the Dog says. Now he's going out to the neighborhood. He's going to say hello to as many fans out there. And he has hundreds of... Uh-oh, how about this? Going to be a little juking in there, I think. Here comes the Dog. He's going to do some juking. Right now, let's find out if the animal's in love. Let's take you to the special update.
The animal steel has often been described by our ringside commentators as being one of a kind. How true. Until the rotund and garrulous Captain Lou Albano took the animal into his care, this apparent monster was the scourge of the WWF. The captain's influence, although not completely successful, has managed to divert Steel's excess strength and energy into a better channel, morally and physically. However, once a monster, always a monster, may not always be true. Look at this extraordinary, incredulous, and touching incident which we have on tape. If, as is written, beauty soothes the savage beast's brow, here indeed is an extreme example. What is the captain going to do about this? Even more to the point, what is Macho Man Savage going to do? For update, this is Lord Alfred Hayes.
Looking Ted Arcidi, world's strongest human being. We're going to take you now, ladies and gentlemen, to some footage in which Arcidi is in setting the world bench press market. Was it 705, Ronald?
705 pounds, which is just absolutely unbelievable.
All right, so before we watch him wrestle, let's take you now to the footage. And he's setting the world bench press mark, which I don't think anyone will ever come close to, 705. Here we go.
The crowd is yelling for 700 pounds. This would truly be amazing if he could make that. Ted is all business on that bench. And watch this. He has done it again. This is truly one of the most electrifying moments in the history of powerlifting. Ted Arcidi has just lifted 705 pounds on the bench.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first to my right from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing 235 pounds, Joe Williams. His opponent also hails from Boston, weighing 285 pounds. Here is the world's strongest man, Ted Arcidi.
World's strongest human being, and we saw why just a few moments ago. That was obviously a very impressive lift, Bruno.
Absolutely unbelievable, Vince. Many years ago, in fact, 1960, and I'm not saying this in a bragging way, but just to show you the difference, I set a world record with 565 pounds on a bench, and I can't believe it when I see this man doing 140 pounds more than that. That's just, for me, it's just unbelievable.
Arcidi, he's a solid block of granite.
Now, you know, I just saw Joe Williams shooting tackles. Look at this. Now, this is just ridiculous.
It's a joke.
It is a joke. Why in the world would he even be trying things like this on a man like Arcidi, who's 285 pounds of steel, really? I mean, you know, there's just you might say, well, what's Williams going to do? Well, there isn't a heck of a lot I don't believe he could do, but you certainly don't do ridiculous things like shooting tackles or trying to match him with strength or anything like that.
Arcidi just dumping his opponent, Joe Williams, down to the canvas. Arcidi 285. Bruno, when you set the world bench press mark, you weighed what?
Well, at that time, I wasn't quite too heavy. I did it at a body weight of 240.
240?
Yeah, 240 pounds in 1960 when I did that.
That is amazing.
Look at the punches. He's got no steam. He just took all the steam out of those punches. He couldn't have cracked an egg, much less do any damage on a powerful body like Ted Arcidi. Just, this is an awesome man, because, you know, 285 pounds is a lot of weight, but you don't find too many people that are put together like Arcidi. I mean, this guy, he is really put together. All you see in his body is these tremendously big, huge muscles, and they're well cut up too, well defined. There's not much fat at all that we can see. It's just unbelievable.
Not only that, Arcidi with tremendous agility. Look at that.
Yeah,
Puts the punch right back. Oh, my. Slingshot. And I'm not too sure that Joe Williams is going to get back to his feet after that one.
Right now, Joe's wondering where he's at and what he's doing wherever he is.
Arcidi's going to help him get up. A little handful of hair there. Williams back to his feet, maybe not for long. Arcidi now scoops him up, drives him down to the canvas. And a 3 count. Big, powerful, awesome individual here in Ted Arcidi.
The winner of this bout, Ted Arcidi.
World's strongest human being, Ted Arcidi. We saw why earlier on with a lift of 705 on the bench. He's got a lot of potential.
Certainly has, I'll tell you. Question is, who's going to stop him? Powerful man.
All right, fans, capacity crowd last Saturday night here in Boston, and we're back on the 8th of February, Boston Garden, World Wrestling Federation action. Now, out of that tag team, last Saturday night comes this match. Rowdy Roddy Piper meeting Bruno Sammartino one-on-one. However, in the confines of a steel cage, Roddy Piper, please.
You like the capacity crowd. You like to come and sit down and watch and see me in trouble. You in Boston would never have this kind of guts, huh? You're talking about Bruno. That's a good name for a dog. That belongs in a cage. Roddy, not a good name for a dog. Doesn't belong in a cage. Capacity crowd in Boston. You want me to take 15 feet of cage, and you want me to fight somebody who has absolutely nothing to lose if he gets his head right into the cage. If I took his head all day and smeared it in the cage, and it was all ruffled, he would look exactly the same. He's not a handsome, fluffy fellow like me. There's no reason for me to be in any kind of cage, man. You know what this guy's doing? You know what he's doing? He's trying to get rid of me. I beat this guy by 3 times. I left him laying in the middle of the ring,
Trying to get rid of you.
Trying to get rid of me. He's trying to hang me, man. This is the living legend that's coming to get me. 15 feet cage, 4-foot apron. Do you know how far that is down to the ring? That's 23 feet I gotta fall to win this sucker, brother. What do you gotta do if you lose, huh? You know what, Bruno? You know what, living legend? You come in this cage match in Boston against me, you're gonna dub you a new name, the Unliving Legend.
Well, time is going to tell that story, ladies and gentlemen. I guarantee you it is all-out war within the confines of a steel cage. San Martino, Piper, Boston Garden, Saturday, February the 8th.
Saturday night's main event. Let's take you now, ladies and gentlemen, to the special peace match that we saw a couple of weeks ago. It's Nikolai Volkoff in allegedly a scientific matchup. Here are the highlights now with Corporal Kirchner. Let's take you to the peace match. This is Vince McMahon along with Jesse Ventura back in Tampa, Florida, and we are ready for the matchup. Corporal Kirchner now against Nikolai Volkoff. Volkoff with much more experience. Kirchner has not been in the WWF all that long. Clean break by Nikolai Volkoff. That's the way he said it was going to be. Really to prove his scientific skills as compared to those and contrasted to those of course, Corporal Kirchner.
I think we're also going to have to see, McMahon, who is the most honest here. We got to see if honesty prevails in this bout.
Honesty?
Honesty, if they both keep it scientific.
Well, Kirchner is a real rugged individual. And with his military background, it'll be interesting to see just how well he can... All right, Nikolai Volkoff, tight waist, nice maneuver. Nice takedown by Volkoff. Right hook the elbow, nice roll. Nice maneuver there into the armbar. Kirchner in control. Volkoff trying to make his way back to his feet now. Kirchner standing side headlock, grinds it out on the big rush and takes him over to him. Nicely done, Jesse.
Very nicely done, McMahon. Hey, I call it like it is.
Shoulders on the canvas. 2.
Now, if you'll notice, too, Nikolai Volkoff did not pull any trunks on that either, McMahon.
I didn't see it. You're right.
No, he didn't.
Thus far, it's 50-50 right down the line. Volkoff trying to power out. Kirchner should not test him here. Volkoff so powerful.
This is Volkoff's advantage. He's got about 40 or 50 pounds on Kirchner, and I believe he's definitely more stronger.
Sheik and Freddie Blassie looking on, and I don't believe that the Iron Sheik has any reason at all to be at ringside. Look at this. Test of strength. I can't believe how strong Kirchner is.
I can't believe this. Where is he getting that from?
Kirchner holding his own with a powerful Russian Volkoff. Rocking back and forth, top wrist lock. Referee right there, up against the rope.
Now we got to see on some honesty. Hey, we got it. I
think Volkoff intentionally backed to the rope there.
Intentionally?
Which is not to say it's an illegal maneuver. It's just to say that I think he was surprised at the strength of Kirchner.
Might well be, McMahon.
Quickly behind, Volkoff takes him down again. Rolls him up. Look at that bridge.
Beautiful.
Oh, that was nice. So thus far, Nikolai Volkoff.
You know, McMahon, seeing a bridge like that, now I know why there's not much hair on the top of Nikolai's head.
That may be one reason. From behind, nice maneuver. Kirchner hooks the head, throws him up. It's going to be a pin. No, only one. Quite a maneuver on the part of Volkoff to take the momentum right on over. Standing side headlock once again. Kirchner trying to grind it out a bit.
So far this peace match, we've had all clean breaks. I can't believe it, McMahon. Even I'm amazed. Look at another one.
There's another one, yes, sir. Again, this, I believe, I've been told that it's a direct result of a handshake there.
Wow.
This is a good example of certainly what two participants representing countries can do in athletic competition. Thus far, it's a great match. Sheik and Blassie, not exactly looking for the ankle now. Volkoff, nice maneuver. A kick by Corporal Kirchner, scoots up a bit. Oh, look at that. Shoulder block by Big Volkoff. Going for the ropes again. Kirchner this time sends him to the rope. Yes, nice takedown. Volkoff not expecting that at all. Kirchner sidestepping him.
Well, what Kirchner's doing here and on that last move, McMahon, he used Volkoff's weight against himself on that. A good leverage move, and now chicken winged into a hammerlock.
Volkoff trying to scoop. Look at that small package. That'll do it. One. We have two. No. Wow. Powerful Nikolai Volkoff kicking out in a small package. You don't often see that. Against the rope now. Another clean break. No. That was not a clean break. Oh, come on now. Volkoff off the rope. Drops a knee. Scoots him up. Up. Now, wait a minute, Jesse. You can't tell me that's fair and square.
Well, I'm going to be honest, McMahon. I tell it like it is. Volkoff nailed him off the ropes. I'll give you that.
He what?
He nailed him in the ropes when he should have broke clean.
That was just the start of it. Kirschner's hot. Kirschner is really hot. Kirschner on the Sheik as well. Hammering away. Scoops up the Sheik. Slams him down the canvas. Volkoff hammered away. Look at this. Kirschner better watch himself. Double team going. Oh, my. Oh. Kirschner is hot. He's angry. Justifiably so.
Well, after the last time out, it did not take promoters very long. Ladies and gentlemen, it's signed in a return bout. Tito Santana, Intercontinental Champion of the World, against this man in the form of challenger, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. What do you have in the green sack?
That's a heck of a lot of money right there. Yeah, that's the kind of money that comes with belts. Don't touch
Paper.
nothing. Don't touch nothing that's the Macho Man's property. You understand, man? Everything is sacred. Everything is completely sacred.
Look at that.
My career is sacred. My money is
feel
sacred. The Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship belt will fall. Yeah, don't bet against that. No. Tito Santana, you met the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and I bet you're afraid that you did.
Elizabeth.
Push your head.
Elizabeth, would you pick a winner in this one between the Macho Man and Tito Santana?
Go ahead, let him know.
Definitely going to be the Macho Man.
Well, you're prejudiced now. I know that, Elizabeth.
Wait a minute. She said what was on her mind right there. No problem at
You
all.
have an influence over her, of course.
I got an influence over everybody in the entire world. They're all scared of me, yeah. They're all scared of me, aren't they, Elizabeth, right? Intimidating my opponents. Who's the number one guy I'm intimidating? Hulk Hogan, right?
Oh, it's true, yes.
And that's something, yeah.
You're
A
putting
lame
words in our
duck.
mouth, Randy.
World heavyweight champion, lame duck. Yeah, political term.
It is
but this is an
political.
athletic contest, yeah. And the intimidation
Am I
factor
upsetting you?
is there.
I don't mean to upset you.
And the beat goes on.
All right.
And
We'll
the beat
find out.
goes on.
Thank you.
And the beat goes on.
And thank you, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
The Macho Man, Randy Savage, in a return bout to go against Intercontinental title holder, the great Tito Santana, as part of the next big card right here in town. Don't miss it.
Is for the voting for the Slammys category A and B. Category A is the best personality in Land of a Thousand Dances video. And now we're going to show you 4 of the nominees for best personality in Land of a Thousand Dances video. Let's take you now to those 4 nominees.
You got to know how to serve. You got to watch me work, y'all. You got to know how to tango.
Oh, my. It gets worse or better depending on your point of view. So for those of you who would like to vote for Category A, that is Best Personality in Land of a Thousand Dances video, you may do so by casting your vote, writing to the Slammys, the Wrestling Music Awards, P.O. Box 1538, Greenwich, Connecticut 06836.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. In the ring to my right from New York City, weighing 235 pounds, Jim Powers. And his opponent, to be led down the aisle by his manager, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, from New York City, weighing 274 pounds, the adorable Adrian Adonis.
Take a look at that. I'm kind of fond of the pink bow myself. Bruno, which color do you like? Look at this.
I don't know what I like. I don't think I like any of it.
Adonis.
Adorable, huh?
I don't find too much adorable about Mr. Adonis, but Adrian certainly showing his true colors. Look at the kisser on Adrian. He's got his hair all done.
Yeah, look at that blonde hair. Now, what do you suppose? Now, really, I know this guy's a great wrestler. Like him or hate him, he can wrestle. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
We certainly know that.
And a tough individual.
Extremely tough. He can be so vicious. He can be cruel. He can be devastating in that ring. But now I'm confused. What is the point over here? What's this message here?
I really think the message simply is one of that Adrian for years has wanted to be himself. And apparently, according to Adrian, in a conversation last week, Adrian, well, as we saw in Piper's Pit, he's going to now be himself. He's going to be the real Adrian Adonis. And
this is it. This is the real Adrian Adonis.
Apparently, he's been harboring, oh, nice takedown. He's been kind of holding back a bit in terms of his true characterization, I would suppose, but
okay.
What is, I find not only this whole thing a little unusual, but check the boots out there.
Oh, I certainly have seen those boots and
little green balls on them, I think.
Yeah. Well, if he has found himself as far as his personality and character and all that, but let's see if there's anything different about him in the ring, because in the ring, he's been a phenomenal
I'll tell you what, again, here's a classic example of really not being able to judge the book by the cover. Adonis, one of the premier wrestlers. I don't care if you like his personality, the old one or the new one, but Adonis, as was brought out earlier, is a force to reckon with. He is a real tough individual, and can wrestle with absolutely the best of them. Look at this. Just like that.
That is a devastating move. I call it a pile driver. It's what it is. It's a different form of the pile driver.
Adonis victorious, and I don't even believe he had his hair messed up. And yes, this is vintage Adrian Adonis. Smelling the bow. The winner of this bout, the adorable Adrian Adonis. Well, that may be his true personality, but as you brought out, Bruno, to me, he's the same Adrian Adonis as far as his tactics and his skills in the ring are concerned.
No question about it. As far as in the ring, it's the same devastating man he's always been.
Adrian Adonis, victorious. Standing by, ladies and gentlemen, Rowdy Roddy Piper.
All right, hey, you know what, Roddy Piper, I'm not a very patient man. Ever since I've been here, the promoters have been putting me in the ring with these bums, these boys that don't stand a chance with me. The best deserves the best. I demand some competition. I want them Tito Santanas. I want them Hulk Hogans.
You suppose that Tito Santana, on his best day with all the tacos he could eat, would stand a chance against you?
Tito couldn't stand a chance with me for 1 second in that ring, and he knows it. I like to hurt people, and that's what I do best. I can knock a bull out with 1 punch, tie 2 greyhounds together, and I'll pull them back together.
You have something that this is, of course, Mr. Classy, Freddie Blassie. We don't, the AC baby, we love you. This is AC. He does something that I have never, ever seen before. I'd like you to tell us about it.
The man, he doesn't rely on wrestling, just brutality. He gets in there from the time the bell rings until it ends. He's just a constant goal machine. He doesn't stop until he's got his opponent annihilated. And you know the man, he can take 2 automobiles and tie them together and hold them like this, and they can put on all the gas they want, and they can't pull his hands apart.
You can hold 2 automobiles together like this, and with chains, and they can go in opposite directions.
No problem. That's no problem. There's nothing that I can't do. There's nobody that I can't beat up.
You know, Tito can do that too, except he uses dinky toys. That's the only difference.
Well, that's all right, Danny. I can't wait. Tito Santana, Hulk Hogan, I don't care who you are. When you get in the ring with me, you're going to get hurt. And when I hurt you, real.
Fall. Introducing first to my right, the manager, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. And he represents from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 231 pounds, the Hitman, Bret Hart. His opponent from Fort Worth, Texas, at 225 pounds, Don Driggers.
Don Driggers to meet, I don't know if it is all that underrated, but I think the single most underrated individual in the WWF today is that man.
Well, I'll tell you what, I certainly don't underrate him. I think that he is extremely, extremely tough. He's very talented. This is another individual who really got a lot of phenomenal moves in that ring, and of course, combined with the illegal tactics that he's an expert in, putting everything together. Plus, the man is always in tip-top shape. He's well put together. Now, to me, he's as tough as they come, and I think that Don Driggers is just going to find out just what he signed up to meet now.
Taken down by Driggers.
That was a nice little arm drag that he just pulled on Bret Hart. But it's going to take more than that to do any damage or anything to the likes of Bret Hart. Look at this.
Yes, knee followed with an elbow to the back of the head. Under normal circumstances, we'll see Bret Hart not only in individual competition, but also in tag team competition.
And what a team. When he is in a team competition, he certainly is involved in one of the best tag teams going. Look at this.
Driggers flying out. Wow.
Brother, did he fly out there, huh?
Bret Hart, oh, no. That's concrete. A slam on the concrete floor.
A slam, you might say two slams. When he threw him out there, he landed so hard right on his back. Now look at this, right against the steel fence.
Bret Hart whips him back into the ring, and we hear the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. The Hitman, Bret Hart with a headbutt. Bret Hart drops the elbow. Ooh. Bruno, have you ever met Bret Hart's father, former wrestler Stu Hart?
Stu Hart, yes, I know Stu Hart. He was quite a wrestler though in his day. You know, he was quite a wrestler. He wrestled throughout his career mostly out in Canada. Made some appearances throughout the United States, but he stayed mostly through Canada. But he was a tough man.
A very, very tough man. Had that mean streak in him. And you can see it pass through the genes down to his son there.
Well, he trained his son well, and his son's style is quite similar to his father, only I think the son is even more aggressive than Stu Hart was.
The Hitman, Bret Hart. In control. Oh, my.
What an elbow.
Yes. And a break out. Bret Hart. With little remembrances on Don Driggers. This man can go one-on-one with anyone in the WWF and likely to come out on top.
The winner of this bout, the Hitman, Bret Hart.
Bret Hart, an individual competition or in a tag team matchup with his partner, the Anvil Jim Neidhart. He will be a force to reckon with. And look at that mouth of the South, that Jimmy Hart.
He's thrilled. Now that his man is victorious.
Let's go back to the replay.
Well, Bret Hart just was all over the Driggers over here, and over here, as we see, he comes down with this devastating elbow. Look at that, boom. Boy, I think he cut him inside of the jaw of Driggers, and here's the pin, of course, no problem. I mean, he totally dominated Driggers from the very beginning. Bret Hart's a very, very tough individual, as you're saying, single competition or tag.
I understand that you're going to cast your vote in category A. for Best Personality in Land of a Thousand Dances video for Arnold Skolin, your former manager?
Hey, you better believe it. That's my man.
So everybody knows now the cat is out of the bag. Bruno cast his vote for Arnold Skolin. We'll be back. But you can cast your vote for the Slammys Category A as Best Personality in Land of a Thousand Dances video. Category B will show you now all of the nominees in Category B, which is the best single vocal performance on the wrestling album. Let's take you now to all of the nominees for best single vocal performance on the wrestling album.
Grab them cash. Oh, what the hell you do? Grab them cash. Listen, I don't care what it takes.
Don't go messing with a country boy, country boy, a country boy. Don't go messing with a country boy, don't mess with a country boy.
Born down Rich Springfield, 'cause she's my girl and she always will be the only girl for me. And when I'm on the scene, everything's alright.
Go up and act like me, but not today. There's only one thing I got to say, yeah. Pretty, pretty, already. Pretty, pretty, already. Pretty, pretty, already.
All right, so for those of you wishing to cast your vote in Category A or Category B in this case for best single vocal performance on the wrestling album, you may do so by simply casting your vote to the Slammys, the Wrestling Music Awards, P.O. Box 1538 in Greenwich, Connecticut, 06836.
This is a tag team attraction scheduled for one fall. Introducing to my right, from Portland, Oregon, weighing 236 pounds, Ricky Hunter. His partner from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, at 265 pounds, Ron Shaw. And their opponents, from Tampa, Florida, weighing 268 pounds, Danny Spivey. And from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, weighing 264 pounds, Corporal Kirchner.
Spivey and Kirschner, tag team combination here. To meet two veterans in the ring, as were introduced earlier on, Ron Shaw and Rick Hunter. Spivey about 6'7", something like that. He's a big boy.
He's a big man, 6'7", 6'8", and he can move. He's very agile, very well coordinated. And him and Corporal Kirchner, I believe, as far as I know, this is the first time that they've ever teamed. Is that correct? Or
no, I think they've had a little experience together. Not a great deal, that's for certain. Kirchner and Spivey, two individuals making their way in the WWF, and it's going to be two big men, Ron Shaw, squaring off against Spivey. Shaw has a little edge in terms of experience, I think, on Spivey.
Well, he certainly has been around longer than Spivey, but Spivey is a well-conditioned athlete. He's got good speed. He can move well. He's well put together. So we'll see what kind of competition that Ron Shaw can provide for Danny Spivey.
Regardless of how good an individual is individually, it's tag team. It's going to be the collective effort.
Absolutely.
Spivey with a drop kick. I think he actually missed him. I think Ron Shaw was trying to get out of the way and lost his balance going back, trying to get away from the drop kick.
Yeah, I think you're right. He may have tapped him a little bit, but not with the force that Danny Spivey certainly had in mind.
Kirschner down across the arm.
That'll jar the arm a little bit.
Kirschner's hobby, jumping from an airplane with a parachute, free falling, skydiving. There's a lot of hobbies like that. You would think that it would be dangerous enough for him just in the squared circle, but I guess he can't get the 82nd Airborne out of him.
I'm glad he uses his chute when he jumps out of a plane.
Well, Ron Shaw couldn't get Big Spivey up.
Well, he got him up a little bit, but Spivey hung right onto that arm, and a nice drag on Rick Hunter.
Hunter, a seasoned veteran also.
Oh, yeah, Hunter's been around a long time.
Nice takedown there by Rick Hunter on top of Spivey.
Well, he kind of dropped hold of him. He took Spivey's balance away from him and wound up behind him, but Spivey was able to tag Corporal Kirchner. And let's see what he does now.
Headbutt. That's a different move. Sort of a clothesline technique there by Corporal Kirchner on Rick Hunter. Knee lip. Tag is made. Here comes Spivey again.
Oh, here comes the Bulldog.
Spivey hooks the leg and a 3 count. Corporal Kirchner and Danny Spivey victorious. Good-looking young athletes. As we'll get the official decision.
The winners of this bout, Danny Spivey and Corporal Kirchner.
Spivey, big smile on his face. Kirchner's all business. He's saluting everybody in there. He's Mr. Military, that's for sure. We'll go back, take a look at the Bulldog.
Well, here we see Danny Spivey taking the Bulldog on Rick Hunter, and boom, look at this, driving him down on that mat. And of course, once that head meets with that mat, something happens to the brains. And there's the pin, 1, 2, 3.
All right, fans, back at the Boston Garden on Saturday night, February the 8th. I have Bruno Sammartino standing by. I'm going to talk to him in just a moment. On this card, Hillbilly Jim to meet Big John Studd. In a martial arts match, it's going to be Ricky Steamboat the Dragon facing none other than Mr. Fuji. In a return bout, Intercontinental Champ Tito Santana to defend against the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Talk about a hot topic. Bruno Sammartino, welcome back to Boston. Out of that tag team bout of the last card here in town, now all of a sudden it is you and Roddy Piper. But this match, totally different. It will take place within the confines of a steel cage. And I can tell you this, in talking to Piper, there is tremendous concern, and perhaps, well, there should be on his part.
Let me say this, Gene. First of all, as far as Piper and what he has to say, what he's blabbing on, it was my idea for the cage match. I didn't only request it, I demanded it. We have to turn the clock back a little bit. How did all this come about? First of all came the Piper's Pit. There's no name that I can call him in front of an audience on television, but he wound up making very ugly, derogatory remarks about me and my nationality. This was what brought on the first match. And what happens in that first match? Here's a man who calls me a has-been, a washed-up, the killer of the legend, he says, and he surely was going to do that to me, too. But what happens? When we go into that ring, I beat this bum pillar to post. He was nothing but a bloody mess. But the brave Roddy Piper, he had his ace, his bodyguard, hiding, sneaking like a thief amongst the people. What happened? Hey, bodyguard, should I get in trouble for some reason, please get in there and save me from this washed-up Italian. Well, Mr. Horton did sneak in there like a thief. He did. The roar of the crowds did make me in time to turn around to catch him come in, and I was doing a pretty good number on him. Not only was Mr. Piper bleed like a stuffed pig laying there helpless, but when his partner, bodyguard, come in, I was doing a pretty good number on him too. But hey, I'm not Superman. I never claimed to be. Between the two of them, with that weapon that he calls a cast in his arm, yes, indeed, they did a pretty good number on Bruno Sammartino. This guy's got the audacity to brag about. I then asked Paul Orndorff to be my partner for only one reason, because I wanted to get both of these two vicious jackasses, both of them in the ring, so there'll be none of this blubber nonsense where they're both. Anyway, this comes about. I'll give him credit. I'll give Piper credit. He came in with a plan this last time. He came in with a plan with him and Horton because he said, well, we keep it. I still want to get this guy. We're going to pull every dirty shit. Well, you know what? He kept running like a thief, I finally got to him, and what happened? He pulled another cheap trick of his. The referee, confused with all the action going on, he was counting. Hey, he did. He raised his hand. I was supposed to be the loser. But now I wanted the cage, because in the cage, Bostonians have seen me in a cage many, many times and never seen me lose. Now that I have him in a cage, now you're going to see the end of Roddy Piper, and that is a promise.
The so-called peace match with Nikolai Volkoff and Corporal Kirchner. Bruno?
Well, I had my doubts. I had my doubts that Volkoff was gonna have the so-called peace match. He was gonna test it. He was gonna see how things went, and if things didn't go his way, he was gonna beat the old Nikolai Volkoff. And I think this is what we've seen.
And I doubt very seriously, should they meet again, that peace would have anything at all to do.
You better believe it. Now that he knows it's war, Volkoff's gonna come out there, bombs away with everything he's got. But Kirchner will be there too, and he'll meet him head on.
And by the way, we will show you, as we outlined earlier on, the actual match that took place between the Macho Man and George the Animal Steele.
Well, now that was quite interesting too. But the big question still remains: what's with George Steele and Elizabeth?
I'm not too sure that the Animal knows, and I'm certainly not sure whether or not Elizabeth really knows, to the extent that the infatuation exists between George the Animal Steele and Elizabeth. Nonetheless, we will have next week the matchup as well as the infatuation